Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a dynamic effort bench day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. Over to the training. Man, my speed bench today was a mess. I did multiple sets where I ended up doing the touch and go type. And like that first one, I did 4 reps because I realized I touch and go and then tried to pause. My goal is to do only pausing, but for some reason, because I've only done, I guess, the touch and go with this bar, that it just instinctively is what I went back to. So that aside, I was happy with the performance. I've got those bands super tight. So for people who are curious, I'm running 100 pounds of bands, but that's not 0 at the bottom. Right? I want close to 50% of the band tension at the bottom and 100% as we come up. So I'm trying to run lighter weights on a lot of the speed work for bar weight, and I'm going to get really aggressive with band tension. Okay, and I'm also going to be running lighter weights in general on my bar weights so that we can get speed. And the goal is to try to get 1 meter per second. And I think I'm definitely hitting that today on the speed bench, right? Especially the pause ones. I think we're hitting those velocities consistently, which is what we need. Also today, I use this bar. I'm going to use this bar for a wave. It's great for rate of force production, right? It's great for rate of force production, which we've covered in the past, right? There's actual studies that looked at this bar, but I don't want to use the same bar every time. So I want to rotate them in 3-week waves. So then the next wave after this, I'll either go back to the straight bar, or we might even try something like a football bar. If I can get the band set up, I might even do speed work on the floor press. I don't know if I can get the band set right. It might be worth doing for a wave though. I did floor press today, and you guys will notice everything is medium grip now. I've decided that's really the way I need to go. Shoulder health, everything else. I'm going to keep all my chest pressing medium grip. Right? It gives me the best leverages. It's easy on shoulders, and even though I've been stronger closed grip, I think that's going to let me use the chest more. I think it's going to let me get good numbers. And if you guys normally look at where my position is at the bottom of the bench, that is technically where my best leverages should be. So we did 3x5 on the floor press today, and I went up 2.5 pounds. And a lot of these movements, I'm only going to try to do them for 3 workouts in a row, I think. Some stuff will do 3-week waves. Some of the movements I'll just try to push progression for 3 workouts, which is technically a week and a half each time. Rotate them, and then when I come back to them, see if we can pick up where we left off and progress again. Yes, even though I'm slow cutting, yes, I'm getting leaner, and thank you for the people who are noticing in the vlogs. It should be pretty noticeable at this point. I'm trying to progress. I'm pushing hard. We are pushing hard. And before people who say, but you say most people can't do that, there's only certain situations, that's correct. And I'm not breaking that rule. So, seal rows. Decided to do these first today. I'm going to cut out some of the standing rows. I want to get more decompression, more traction stuff, and I want to put less compression on the spine because I do want to do a little bit of standing overhead press work. So I want to pull that with the rows. I'm going to be focusing a lot more on traction training. So I've got the belt squat ordered. You guys will notice most of my lower body stuff is going to be traction, right? My upper body, I'm going to try to do more traction. I really wanted to do dips today, but my shoulder didn't feel right when I went to grab it and do a warm-up set. I'm like, nope, I better just do some extensions. I really wanted to mess with some heavy tricep dips today. Incline. I grabbed the 195 and did a 5 and said, let me just ramp today. It was easy. I did 215 and realized I've got reps in reserve. Let me just go up to 225. So I went ahead and did with this nice medium grip. I did 225 for 5 pause reps, which was a short-term goal. All right, it was a short-term goal, and it felt good. Felt really good. So now we've at least crossed that barrier again, which is where I was last time I used to incline and took it out months ago. We've recaught it back up very fast. Very happy about that. So now we need to progress beyond that. We need to keep pushing the incline bench up until it stalls, and then I'll replace it with dumbbells, and then we'll bring it back, and then, you know, go with dumbbells, or I'll try a different bar, right? Wonder how incline would do with a football bar. maybe not. So I really want it for a lot of the delts. I might try it with the buffalo bar. So keeping with the theme of not loading the spine with the rowing, I went ahead and decided to do one arm dumbbell rows. Now I have options with these. For now, I'm choosing to do these with a stretch reflex. I could probably do them off a dead stop off the floor also for a different variation if these stall. Right? Just like the seal rows, I don't want to take the seal rows out. I might just put chains on them. Right? I might put chains on them. But these, I did these with 114 pounds. I thought that would be a good weight to try to get sixes with. I left, again, a rep or two in the tank. These were not true limit sets, but again, just going for good quality work sets, right? We want to have 1 to 2 reps in reserve on most of this stuff. Because again, I'm doing a lot of volume with heavy work. We don't want these sets to be going to failure. Not really ideal. But these felt good. I feel like next time I'll be able to go up in weight. Right, so we'll try to micro load these up, and as long as they progress, I'll keep doing them and rotate them for something else. But yeah, I decided just for a bit, let's pull the standing rows. Even though I like them for deadlifts, I'm going to be doing a lot more low back work. I'm doing so much low back work because I'm doing my reverse hyper on a lot of my off days. I'm doing it as part of my restoration. I may not need all that, and I'm progressing really well on the reverse hyper. So I feel like I'm going to get the low back deadlift carryover that I want anyways. Decided to do the press today. That first rep looked terrible. So, people are going to argue, oh, you can't lock it out, reduce the weight. I can't lock it out with a broomstick. So what good's it going to do to reduce the weight? You want me to do 500 reps at the empty bar and still have the same range of motion? And please keep your comments to the side. Multiple physical therapists who were physical therapists have tried to give me advice on improving my shoulder mobility, and I took most of it. Guess what? None of it does anything. Yes, I do upper chest stretches. Yes, I do dead hangs every day. I spend at least 1.5 minutes dead hanging 7 days a week from a pull-up bar. Guess what? My overhead mobility has not increased a single inch in 9 motherfucking months of doing it. And the same thing with the upper chest stretches. It doesn't do anything. I don't have the overhead mobility. It just is, and I've done everything everyone has suggested. Okay, even work my rear delts more. I do pan pull aparts. So deal with it, guys. I'm not going to not overhead press. The last set, by the way, I got 7 reps. I decided to push it out a little bit, so I did 5, 5, 7, which is a play decide. I think we got room to grow there. All right, I'll max on it later. But I'm going to mostly treat it, supplemental lift's going to be deep in my workout. Get some rep work in, get strong at all these positions. I need to overdevelop my delts and my triceps. So, again, any sort of pressing is probably the way to go for a lot of that. And people are wondering, what about all the rear and side delts? Well, that's getting hit with some of the overhead. Keep in mind how much pulling I do. I'm doing 6 sets of pull-ups 6 sets of pull-ups every week, 6 sets of heavy rows every week. And then some of my GPP and restoration includes circuits with band pull-aparts. All that's being hit, right? It's all being worked. It's being worked just fine. No problems there. And so the pull-ups, I went up to 35 pounds today. And I do have a multi-grip rogue bar coming, which will give me 3 different neutral grips to rotate through. So I can just rotate pull-ups all the time and do different variations to avoid overuse. Overuse has been my issue here. That and listening to too many people trying to tell me what I need to do different for range of motion did not help my shoulder. It caused my shoulder impingement. So I just ignore people. Like, I don't care what people are going to say. If people want to comment on my ranges of motion, they don't like it, I'm just going to hit the ban button. You can go fuck yourself. So, and do it hard too. Now, I decided to go ahead and just do some really heavy dumbbell extensions. This first set caught me off guard. I decided to use 50s today. This first set caught me really off guard. I didn't expect them to be that heavy. So I put wrist straps on and did a second set to just hit my triceps. I wanted my triceps to get hit with a truck, basically. Heavy weight, because I'm going to do band work. I do band press downs every day right now. So I'm getting all my pump work from that. All of this is just mechanical tension. And eventually I need to make some videos showing kind of what I do for restoration. It's probably a lot more stuff per week than people realize. It's hundreds and hundreds of reps for certain things. But very happy with today's workout overall. Everything was productive. Everything was good. Got some decent numbers. So I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.